Hey, you got time for a beer? No, I do. My name's Jake. Welcome to my show. It's Thursday. You can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to share stories with people. It's a thing that I do. The beer I've got for you today is part of the Mothership series from Founders. It's called Peachy Trouble Imperial IPA. So it's an Imperial IPA, so it should be pretty heavy. But I also noticed that it's only 8.9%, which is light for an Imperial IPA. What it says about this Imperial IPA, the Mothership series, you're holding in your hand an ultra limited brew team favorite beer, only found at our taproom locations. Whether it is an old standby we brought out of retirement or an experimental new style, it's sure to go quickly. Brewed for a chosen few, and you're lucky enough to be one of them. It says it was bottled on April 12th, 2022, an 8.9% ABV. I got this one at the source in Grand Rapids when I was down there dropping off my parents, my sister. Let's open this guy up. See what we got. Now I am expecting this to be taste of stone fruit because, you know, peachy. It's an IPA, so it should be golden in color and not hazy, because it doesn't say that it's a hazy IPA. Should be clear, but golden. And, well, what do you know? It is. Good deal. That's interesting. It smells hoppy. It's really sweet. A little bit metallic, but still really sweet. Not getting much in the way of bitterness from it, which, I mean, a lot of these you do still, if even like with a hazy IPA that you're expecting it to be sweet all the way straight through. This is not like that. Like it, not a whole lot of bitterness in this. It's peachy. Not even like green peaches. It's like the sweetness of a fully ripened peach. Like, I've only had a few of them, but the last time I went out to my sister's, it was peach season, I guess, because they had beautiful peaches at the local fruit stand. So we got peaches, because I like peaches, and strawberries, because my brother-in-law likes strawberries. My sister doesn't really eat fruit, but she's willing to buy stuff for us while we're out there, because she makes a bunch of money, which is why she's able to live on the Central Coast, at the Central Coast of California. I mean, you get that little DR in front of your name and just opens up for you. Like everything. It's amazing. She's really a much better teacher than she is administrator, but she's administrating right now. Actually, the weird thing is the school that she's working for didn't even think of hiring her when she applied the first time, because she had her mailing address as her address in Louisiana, where she was graduating with her doctorate. But they just tossed out that application. But she moved to Oceano and then applied there again for this opening as an administrator, and they gave that to her, even though she didn't really have I mean, she's a doctor, so she's got the qualifications, but she doesn't have experience at being a dean. Just with and for deans. So she knows what's going on, but she's getting really good at it too, apparently. her boss's boss is super worried about his job, which, I mean, everybody else that works there with her is like 30 years older than she is. And that's not quite true. Not everybody else, but most of them are like 30 years older than she is. Most of them are retired and have decided to come out to the coast to work for a couple of years before they actually retire. Because it costs a lot to live on the Central Coast of California. I mean, it costs a lot to live in California in general, but whatever. Yeah, Peachy. Does this remind me of a beer? If I had to pick one, I would go with Freedom of Speech. It's a peach IPA. I think that's from someplace out of Chicago, but I don't remember which one. Old Nation is the one that keeps pounding in my head, but that's not it. It's like 21st Amendment, maybe. Maybe that. But Freedom of Speech, good one. They've got the grape one is another thing that's kind of along those lines. But yeah, a little bit like that. But this one's a little bit more bitter, and a lot heavier than that one. That one's brighter and peachier. Got the Leinenkugel peach shandy, which just tastes like peaches. This one, oh, excuse me, does taste like beer and sweet like a peach. Let's see, what does this remind me of? Okay, so I was thinking, what does this remind me of? Peachy Trouble Imperial IPA. Peachy Trouble. Like good trouble? Like standing up to things that are wrong. I mean, if you drank enough of these, you'd probably be willing to stand up to things that you don't think are right. Like, no matter what. Because it's heavy. It is. The more I drink of it, the more bitter it tastes. Starting from like the back of my tongue, it still tastes super sweet right in the front, but it just keeps getting more and more bitter. Which, I'm not complaining about it. I like bitter beers. My sister should have gotten me Pliny the Elder, and I'm going out there soon. Her due date's today. So, anytime now. I think they've got a doctor's appointment for next week if nothing happens between now and then. But due date's today, so any minute now. Could have some good trouble in the family. My mother said that she figured that this girl would be born today on her due date, like her mother. My sister, her mother being Charlotte, which is also my mother's name, but this new baby will be Charlotte also, which is kind of neat. So yeah, good trouble. It's probably something to think about. I recently heard something that Clarence Thomas is talking about looking at new interpretations of the Constitution since they've overturned Roe v. Wade. It sounds like he wants to bring back slavery. Okay, not that, but the ones that have been more recent. That's not a specific one, but I mean, interracial marriage might be one that he'd be willing to look at, which is stupid because he married a white woman. He should probably be prosecuted for that. No, he shouldn't. Even people like that deserve to be happy. I hope he is, because from the looks of things, she's going to go to prison anyway. More than likely. Who knows? Just causing the trouble she thinks is good. She's wrong, but it's the thought that counts. All right, I have a quote for you. This one is from Jack Dempsey. He's a boxer. He said, "A champion is someone who gets up when he can't." I feel that one. Because that's how you get through things. You just keep getting up, keep showing up. If it feels like you can't, do it anyway. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're going to fail? You already did that once. You might as well do it again. All right, you can find me at @tubajake_69 on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I'll catch you next time when you got time for a beer.